Welcome back to Tumblr Decides 2016, your source for decision coverage. I'm Sinclair Morrison. Today's vote will determine which candidate we choose for election. Let's take a look at the front runners. From the 9th delegation, Rick. Rick is considered by many to be the most qualified and experienced candidate, having served years in multiple positions. As social media user Bradley Lemon puts it, Rick is my guy. I feel like I could grab an ice water with him. Others, however, are beginning to question the authenticity of Rick's everyman image, a backlash fueled by accusations that he enjoys hoity-toity parties. From the B District, Deborah. Deborah, a fresh contender from the business world, has taken the media sphere by storm. Take this online post. Did you see Deborah kick ass on the long show with Blake Savage last night? What a boss. That brings us to Wretched Tooth from the north. Who is Wretched Tooth? Wretched Tooth looks like a goat, but passionate Wretched Tooth supporters have taken the campaign from 0 to 360 and are starting to close the gap. And finally, Mop. Critics have called Mop's campaign lackluster and feeble, while Mop's supporters have called Mop relatable and reliable. One social media user says Mop is relatable and reliable. Another supporter went on the record. Rick's campaign trail has been doubling as a book tour, following the release of his tell-all memoir, Turning the Tables, The Rick Story, How I Became a Champion of the Middle Class. Internet user Mark in the Dark writes, long title, while social media poster Ferris Wheel Hunter observes Rick has written a book. Joining us now with some thoughts on the new release is our literary correspondent Bradley Peterson.
Thanks, Sinclair. Peterson here, and I got a chance to read Turning the Tables, and I gotta say, I found it fascinating. The front panel is a standard 9.76 by 8¼ inches, tried and true, although he went with a matte dust jacket, which, in my experience, is uncommon for books of this genre. Normally, you'd expect something glossy to complement the embossed type. The title's printed in a bold, realist typeface with a subtitle and author's name printed in a decidedly trite copperplate.
Interesting stuff, Peterson.
Absolutely, Sinclair. Inside is 318 pages of words in a classic Garriman-inspired typeface, printed using 10 32-page signatures, which makes it 320 pages in total with the intentionally blank pages after the contents. I think Rick made the right call on this one.
It sure sounds like it. Thanks, as always, for joining us, Peterson. And thanks to our viewers for trusting us as your source for decision coverage during an election that's shaping up to be quite a page-turner. 4 candidates, 1 top-notch decision. Polls close April 2nd at 4 AM Greenwich Mean Time, so voters will still have time to show their support. For the news, I'm Sinclair Morrison. Welcome back to Tumblr Decides 2016, your source for decision coverage. I'm Sinclair Morrison. Did Mop really just release Mop's entire web history to the public? The short answer, yes. It's just the latest in a string of puzzling moves from the Mop campaign. The list, which contains thousands of URLs detailing Mop's online activities, was emailed by Mop themselves to a number of news outlets with the subject "so everyone can see." Included in the document is Mop's history of searches, which include, among hundreds of similar queries, what are lungs? Why 2 lungs? Maximum lungs? Miracle toast with stunning face? Most lungs in one person? Are lungs real? Cheap water? Jumbo Rockstar sunglasses, Gold Party novelty sunglasses? And coat. Will this latest move towards transparency provide Mop with the boost that they need to pull ahead? Sound off in the comments for MeU News. I'm Nyla Colby. Welcome back to Tumblr Decides 2016, your source for decision coverage. I'm Sinclair Morrison.